Can we bring that picture? Oh, fantastic. Can we bring that picture up again? Sam Brinton, he's wearing a blue floral pattern dress and a sweetheart neckline.
Beautiful.
I think it looks...
Absolutely beautiful.
I think it looks, yes,
beautiful.
captivating.
Yeah. I mean, they both look scrumptious, don't they? But they both look scrumptious right there.
No, they do.
They really, truly gorgeous, gorgeous ladies. Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of, Pat, is our trip a couple of decades ago to Ivana Trump's dress store.
Yeah. Yeah, is that what it reminds you of?
I don't even know. It's more. It's almost three decades ago, 30 years ago.
Yes, it
Pat
was.
and I, by the way, Ivana, which is the mom. Ivana. She passed away.
Really sad.
Weekend.
Apparently fell down the stairs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, really sad. I think she had some hip problems, but that doesn't have anything to do with her dress shop that we frequented.
No, it has nothing to do with her dress shop. Should we tell this story?
I'm a little hesitant, actually.
Are you?
Just a tad hesitant. Well, yeah, because it's a completely different world than it was 30 years ago.
I know.
You can't possibly do this
30
now.
years, I'm going to tell it because I don't give a flying crap because it's funny.
Yeah.
Pat and I, 30 years ago, I learned something from Penn Jillette. We were backstage one day and he said, "Do you know where my microphone is?" And I'm like, "No, I don't know, Ben." He's like, "Find it. Where's my microphone?" And we were just talking behind the curtain before the show starts, and it was a weird conversation. It went from like the Nobel Prize winning scientist that year to "Where's my microphone?" So I played "Where's Waldo" for a while with him, and he said they're seed microphones, and this was brand new technology, seed microphones. And he said, "I've replaced the screws in my glasses with microphones, so wherever I look, the mic is picking it up." And he would run the cord down his back through his ponytail. And at that time, I had a ponytail. I was drinking heavily. I was heavily on the sauce. And so I said, this is fantastic. I got back and I said to Pat, "We've got to get some seed microphones." So we went to this really shady place. It was in the Empire State Building. And we got these microphones and I had them made into the glasses. And then we decided to just do fun things that, were stupid out in the public. So one of them was,
and it was something that it wasn't as prevalent then as it is now. If two guys went into a shop, if two guys went into a shop at Ivana's shop for a dress, it wouldn't. Nobody would bat an eyelash at it now.
Today,
yeah,
you could go to Macy's and a guy could try on a dress and nobody's going to say anything.
Yeah.
Back then, 30 years ago, you didn't do that.
Right.
And the reason why we picked Ivana's dress shop is because it was so snotty. Our guess was that two guys could walk in and say, "We want to try on dresses," and they would just do it. They'd go along because they just wanted to sell. These were like $25,000 gowns. And so we just thought they are so greedy, they absolutely won't say anything. And we even said, "I'll bet you she says how good looking it is." So we went in and Pat was the one trying on the dress. And I'm not sure up until the end, I'm not sure that was the harder part because I had to sit with the salesperson while he was changing and after he was changing. And so he picks out this beautiful blue number and very low cut.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I wouldn't say
that. Yeah, I wouldn't say that Pat is a gorilla, but he does have a lot of chest hair. Mm-hmm. And we were both, in our 30s or late 20s at that point.
Yep.
So it wasn't gray. It was bright, bright red. He has red hair. And so he tries on this blue. And he comes out of the dressing room, and it is shocking how bad he looks as a woman. I mean, shockingly bad. Okay? Especially, well, he gets up and she says, "Oh my gosh, that is stunning." Exactly what I thought she'd say. That is stunning. And Pat said, "I don't know. Does it make me look fat?" No, it's so slimming on you.
And does it clash with my beard?
Yes. He stands in front of the mirror for a while, and he's got his chest hair just blazing red against this blue, and his white skin. And obviously it doesn't fit at all in the chest area. And he stands there for a while with his hand kind of, on his chest, like thinking deep thoughts. And I can't imagine what he's doing. I'm trying everything I can not to laugh because she keeps going, "I think this is wonderful. This is," and Pat, like, are you telling me the truth? She's like, "Oh, ask him. He looks at me and I said, "Oh, I think that one works. That's really nice." And Pat says, "I don't know. Does it clash with my chest and beard hair?" She jumped in immediately. "No, not at all." I couldn't take it. I had to leave. Pat was there. I could not. And I think you said that I had teared up and was just so emotionally moved by it. But I left Pat alone to take the dress and say, "We'll have to think about it and come back later." That's a bit you don't do today.
No.
Because it wouldn't be shocking.
Right.
It wouldn't be shocking.
Well, we have two administration officials who are doing it at state affairs.
And ambassadors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so do you remember John Adams, the miniseries John Adams?
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember the scene where he went over to France and he is sitting at the table and they're all the guys and everybody's wearing makeup and wigs and they look ridiculous.
Yeah, and they've got the white face thing and it's bizarre.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they're just ridiculous looking. And John Adams is sitting there in normal clothes, relative poor man, and just, normal. And they ask him, "Have you seen the ballet?" And he says, No, I haven't had time. My country is at war. I study politics and war, so my sons have the liberty to study mathematics and philosophy. My sons ought to study mathematics and philosophy and geography, natural history, naval architecture, navigation, commerce, agriculture, in order to give their children a right to study painting and poetry and music and architecture. So, no, I haven't been to the ballet. They found this shocking, and I remember sitting there thinking, what must have John Adams thought when he went to that court, seeing how ridiculous these people were and how out of touch with reality? Not that they were dressing up, and it was that this was their world. This was the most important thing to them, is how they looked, how they talked, who was in court, all of this stuff. And they looked and acted ridiculous. And then I wondered, have we ever looked like that? And until this moment, I think the answer has been no. I mean, we've made some bad gaffes. We've had, we've had George Bush throw up on a prime minister. So we've had some bad things happen. But at a time when Europe is having record inflation, when they are on the eve of possible war because Russia is cutting off the gas, Germany is in full-fledged panic. There are riots in the streets. There are farmers taking to the streets in France, in the Netherlands, in Germany, in Spain, because of the food shortages. And we send two, I gotta be honest with you, two guys, and they dress up. One looks like, I don't know, an old lady from the 1950s in an admiral's uniform, and the other a bald dude who doesn't claim to be a woman. He claims neither, and I can just be whoever I want and wear whatever I want. Yeah, you can, but you represent the United States of America. What are we doing? How ridiculous do we look? And any conservative nation, and by the way, France is more conservative than we are. Macron has come out and said to the people, do not drink any of the poison that is coming from America now. They're making fun of us because we're too crazy. The French, we're too crazy for the French. By the way, you think it's so extraordinary that, Mississippi wanted 15 weeks for abortion? That's still more than France. France has 12 weeks as their cutoff. We're not even studying painting and poetry and music and tapestry and porcelain. We're not even studying that. We're just gorging on ourselves on nonsense and whatever makes us feel good. America should be ashamed of itself. And I think many of us are. And we're not just ashamed for the mistakes that we've made in the past. We're ashamed for what we're now pushing and beating our chest on. We are nuts. We're nuts. And it's time that we start saying that. By the way, Sam Brinton, who is the, he's in charge, I don't know his title, but he's in charge of all of our nuclear waste. That is a top secret position. It had to have clearance. Do you know how he got his job? There's some people in the Department of Energy that really spoke out and said, this isn't good. I'll tell you that coming up in just a second. All right, so the guy that, Sam Brinton, the guy that went over to the embassy for Bastille Day and celebrated in a snappy low-cut number, wearing a blue dress and beautiful blue high heels. He is a guy who has been a LGBT activist for a long time. He is a drag queen. He does not consider himself in drag in this picture. He believes he's non-binary, so he can wear whatever he chooses, whatever he feels like. But he has had a past of being a drag queen. He has also been a defender of underage gay prostitution sites. This guy is not without controversy or decency, let's say. He's now earning a salary that puts him in the top 1% of all government employees, and he has the top secret Q clearance. That's what the nuclear clearance is. The top is Q, and it is top secret national security information access clearance. Okay, so he has all the secrets. Now, how did he become the head of our nuclear waste? I mean, again, drag queen, LGBTQ plus activist, lectured on kink at college campuses, participated in interviews about fetish role play. I get that. How did he get this job? Apparently, he was on a list of must-haves by the Biden administration, and the Biden administration pushed and pushed and pushed for his being put on as the head of the nuclear agency. In fact, they cut so many corners that people in the energy administration said, you got to stop. Who is this guy? How is he getting top secret clearance? This is a serious role. Many people, one in particular, wrote an awful lot about this and talked about how dangerous it is. I don't know. I just, I don't care how the guy looks in a dress. Is he qualified for the job? And does he have the common sense and decency to act on behalf of America?